today I'm going to discuss pillars of leadership, Caleb and Joshua, the God perspective. And basically, the gist of this teaching is that as leaders, we need to have God's perspective on everything. If God gives us a vision or a goal or a dream of something that He has for us, it is up to us to go forward and possess it. But among Caleb and Joshua, there are some that saw themselves as grasshoppers. They saw the enemies that stood before them as giants, and they felt they couldn't possess the land because they were grasshoppers and they were coming against giants, and that was their perspective. So they have already allowed themselves to be defeated in their mind. But Caleb and Joshua was fervent in spirit. They heard from the Lord, and they stood rooted and grounded on the truth that they heard in their spirit. And they believed that if God said it, it can be done. They were not moved by what they saw. They were not moved by what they heard or what they felt. They just stood solely on the pure word of the Lord. And that was to go forth and possess the land. And that is exactly what they did. So as leaders, we need to take this into account. We need to be mindful of the things that we say or the thoughts that come through our mind. When God gives us a vision or God reveals something to us that He has for us, and we say, oh no, Lord, not me. We need to think of Caleb and Joshua and be encouraged by them that they weren't moved by that, and neither should we. And as leaders, in order for us to fulfill our inheritance and to allow others that are with us to fulfill their inheritance, we need to have the God perspective. Amen? And so my activation for this would be to have a group of children and that desire to have Christian dance implemented in their curriculum. They see their principal. The 4 out of the 6 children are very afraid to talk to their principal because he looks very intimidating. So I will have this guy pretending he was the principal, very much taller than them, and with a very intimidating appearance. And so these 6 children, 4 out of 6 said, he's never going to do this for us. I don't want to go and ask him. And 2, with the God perspective, Caleb and Joshua, that would be who they would be symbolizing. Say, no, God said it, we can have it. And basically, that's what happens. They go before their principal, and they ask him. They ask their principal, why can't we have Christian dance in our school curriculum? And because they were bold and they were obedient to the voice of the Lord released favor, and they found favor in God's sight, and the principal said yes. So it is always good to be obedient, because obedience is better than sacrifice. So if God said it, it can happen. It can be done. Amen. Thank you so much for your time.